Last episode, Josh was attacked by a bird. We got a bad case of radiation sickness, and we were finally up to the task of finding gold in the caves to fix our helm. While we did end up finding gold, it was not without a troubling journey and many lost souls. This time we build our helm and get out of here.
Good morning.
Behind you! Where is he?
He's out here.
Good morning, Josh. It was a wet night, but...
Well, it's our big day. It's finally arrived. We've gotten to the point where we've found some gold.
The struggle for gold, and we've got our water. We're just about ready to set up and build this helm and get the hell out of here.
That's right. Well, maybe we should start off with a nice, nutritious breakfast.
Typically, a nutritious breakfast would include multiple types of food, but we only have potatoes.
Here we go.
I guess we can have some cooked potatoes.
Watch out behind you! Behind you, Mitchell!
Well, I guess we aren't the only ones wanting a nutritious breakfast.
Oh,
wow.
God, it is dangerous here.
Yeah, maybe we should hurry this up. On this fine morning, Josh and I were pleased to fire up the kiln and start warming up this gold. While we had only been here a week, it was certainly time to leave. This place was too dangerous. While I was busy tending the fire, Josh asked...
What else do we need for this helm?
Some finely crafted sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, that's it, really. It doesn't need a whole lot more. Bend a few sticks into a steering wheel shape and hurrah! The gold components, however, that's where this takes a little bit of a turn. We would need fine mechanical components, chiseled out to perfection. Gold is quite malleable though, right?
Gold, it's very easy to work with. You could almost work with it while it's not even heated. Although it probably wouldn't be easy.
No, and that's exactly why we're heating it up. And that process is sure taking its sweet time. Josh actually took the liberty to do some exercises, work on his physique. Before long, however, the gold was soft to the touch and very hot.
Chuck it in the pan.
Oh, good idea.
Keep it warm.
Nice.
Good.
Do you have any iron on you by chance?
We have 6 iron.
Okay, that is not enough. In order to start actually shaping this gold into the components that we need a hard surface to shape it on. An anvil would be perfect for this situation, but we don't have one of those. Nor do we have enough iron to even make one. But we had the brilliant idea to get the next best thing. The top plate of the anvil. We don't need the rest of it, we just need the hardened steel on the top. Now, if you're new here, you may be wondering why we're doing this. This is completely unnecessary, and it's not even... we can't make hardened steel. Look, it's all part of the charm of the alternative Minecraft series. Regardless, I spent the rest of my time in the afternoon making components for this helm, and Josh went out looking for wood to make the sticks. Speaking of, we decided to go with birchwood, this lighter colored lumber found in this forest. We thought it would remind us of our time spent here in the wilderness.
There we go.
Oh wow, look at that thing!
Now we have the helm. We still need to build our improvements on the ship.
Yes, so you were thinking some storage.
Exactly, like maybe a bottom deck and some sleds to land. Now, it looks like this is fairly workable.
Fairly workable? This thing was up 10 meters in the sky. How are we gonna... I think we discovered in the jungle temple that Josh is definitely more nimble than I am. I guess all that I can do is hope that I don't fall off and break my ankles again like that one time in the jungle. They never did heal the same. But our first plan of action was to remove the canoe from the bottom of the hull. Unfortunately, this bad boy has got to go. Make room for an extended platform and stairway down below. You may be wondering why we need more storage, and that's because you can't really see it, but most of the interior of the ship is actually the engine. It is one huge behemoth. Oh, and I think this is the part where Josh has a present for me.
Oh, here, I've got something for you. Where are you?
I'm just... hold. Oh! Oh! Wiping the rotten tomato off my face, I can now give you a bit of a rundown of what we've done. Using some leftover spruce wood and some newly gathered oak wood, we were able to tie in a platform below the deck almost seamlessly that housed all the storage that we would need. Now, of course, this is certainly not a one-day endeavor. This is... 2 days. So while being under attack by monsters of the skies, we ran back into the shelter and took a night's sleep. We woke up nice and early the next morning, eager to finish the transformation on the Skybird. Our ship needed some legs, some skids to land on. So using the new helm, we moved the ship to the ground and began building some skis. Now, I hope you guys are ready for a big reveal because we're about to see the brand new Skybird 2.0. So let's break the fourth wall. For the viewers watching, Josh, let's show them what we've made here. If you could give me a run through, Josh, what have we done here? What have we changed?
All right, well, I'm not going to give you a run through, but I'll show you what we've made. We've got our new cooking area. We should probably move that cutting board.
That cutting board... yeah, maybe I'll just store it for now.
Anyway, if we open the hatches, we can go down here, and if you just follow me down, we have our new storage area.
Beautiful. Of course, front and center, our giant majestic piece of emerald that we got almost killing ourselves with.
That's right. I was actually thinking it would cut to like Yeah, when you first introduce the jungle shack and it's like boom, 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 boom.
So we got a bunch of storage here, which is good because we have ample stuff.
That's right. Now, if you look through some of these boxes we've stocked up, I don't know why there is just rotten meat in here. I did not put that in there.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Some rocks, not too many though, because obviously that's quite heavy. Back there we have a safety net. I figured if we go around the back here, we can hang out mid-flight.
This would be nice,
really
actually.
Hold on to that pole.
This is nice. And a little inspection area, I suppose.
Yeah, we check this hull out, make sure the struts are stable and solid. Now, I say we get this bird in the air.
After what felt like after 2 weeks of surviving in this wilderness, it was finally time to leave. As the sun shined gloriously through our crop fields and onto this shining axe that I inevitably forgot, the monkeys had a few words they wanted to say. All right, go ahead, guys.
Fare thee well, Josh and Mitch, as you embark upon this grand odyssey. May fortuitous winds and serendipitous encounters be your steadfast companions. May your every endeavor be met with triumph, and your journey be as illustrious as the stars that illuminate the firmament. Now, if you would be so frivolous as to leave us be, we have nits to eat.
And with those loving and inspiring words from some 2 random monkeys, we set off flight towards the sunset. While we didn't know where we were going, we knew that we would go somewhere where we were going. Before long, Josh and I got to enjoy the new safety net. Oh, check this out!
You're right. It's a little bit cold, but
It is a little bit cold. Do you have, can you see the Aurora Borealis?
oh god, the Aurora Borealis. I see it.
Under the soft blanket of light provided to us by this spectral display, Josh and I fell asleep to the subtle sway of the Skybird 2.0. Little did we know we would burn through a lot more water as this new edition was quite heavy.
Well, keep it straight.
I think
She floats.
I don't see why she wouldn't. The next day, Josh and I realized that we burnt through all of the water and we were losing buoyancy quick. We had to make an emergency landing at this lake to hopefully fill up the tanks. And luckily the new skis that we made worked as expected. The Skybird floats.
Oh, there's fish. There's little turtles.
Does it feel like it's sinking to you?
If I go back and forth, I can sort of feel it rock, but it's steady.
All right, well,
Yeah, I might just pull out a seat. Enjoy the sunset for a sec.
wow, this is nice. So yet again, Josh and I had found ourselves in the middle of the wilderness, in the middle of nowhere. But this time we were safe, as our ship hadn't crashed. It was as simple as grabbing some buckets and refilling the tanks, but we thought...
You want to maybe do some fishing?
I'd love to do some... Here, why don't we go check out the safety net? I'm sorry, can you tell that we're proud of this safety net? Anyway, we headed down into the new storage area and picked up some fishing rods, ready to catch some fresh fish for dinner.
Put your waders on. Do we have...
I've only got my iron leggings.
Well, that's fine. We'll
Fine, we can dry off on the deck. Having landed in the middle of the lake, it was perfect. We were safe from any monsters that lived on the land. Time to relax. All right, let's catch some dinner, eh? As you can imagine, we spent the rest of the afternoon fishing, catching fish, and also catching some fish. We figured no better time than now to catch a few extra fish in case our journey goes a little bit longer than expected. But Josh and I were growing tired of life in the sky, so we were looking for a place to call home soon. Preferably somewhere that isn't in the sky or in the water, because I thought we were safe on the water. Hearing some gurgles.
I've caught someone else. Oh god, get! Jesus!
Oh! Get away from me, you freak!
Back! Foul beast.
Ah! Oh! The beast had grabbed my ankle and pulled me swiftly into the water. I had to swim with all my might to get away from its grasp. Well, it didn't actually, I just fell in. So far I've only caught one edible fish.
Now, there's a little known trick. You can actually, you know how you fillet a fish?
Yeah.
By cutting the flesh off the bones? Well, I found a way. If you just sort of stick your mouth and then you...
What are you doing? After a surprisingly restful night's sleep, it was time to wake up as we had planned to hit the road nice and early, or I guess the wind. We'd planned to hit the wind. Oh goodness, what an interesting night's sleep that was. Are they burning? What is that?
The screams of the damned.
Before we could leave, however, we decided to take a swim and wash off the stank from the past few weeks. Josh showed me his diving skills from the top deck and I was thoroughly impressed. I also didn't tell him about all the rotten meat that he dove face first into. Then again, I don't think I really minded because I did it as well. After a good morning swim in a questionably freshwater lake, it was time to fill up the buckets, fill up the tanks, and hit the skies. I was a little bit concerned to see how the bird would perform taking off on such a body of water.
Alright, get ready.
Alright, I'm ready. Ooh.
Turning.
We're moving. Much like trying to ride a push bike up a steep hill, the skybird struggled to gain momentum, but once she did, she hopped on the plane of the skis and took to the skies. Oh, hang on, here we go. And if you're wondering why I'm straining like I'm actually pushing the boat, it's because I am one with the skybird and the skybird is one with me. But now that we are airborne, it's time to head south. Or was it north? Let's just head in this direction, at least until we find something interesting.
Do you see up there? There's a village and there's a tower near that village.
Oh, it's sort of overlooking the village. We had traveled merely 4 hours from our overnight stay at that lake, and ahead of us was our first sign of life in quite some time. Kaylee squawked and cheered with excitement, hoping to see some people she might recognize. We ended up deciding to go down and check it out.
Do you think we should go and say hello?
I think, if I was in that village and I saw the SB booby flying overhead, yes, we should definitely go and say hello.
I'm gonna go up and let some air out.
As we start descending, let me just quickly touch on that name. The SB booby, it's SB stands for skybird, and then the booby was a bird name that not everyone knows because not everyone would know about the skybird. It was a justified and very professional name choice. But as we got closer to this village, things didn't seem right. It was very desolate, not a single soul, not a peep. This only intrigued Josh and I more. So we decided to test out the skis on land, on dry land. And to our surprise and they held up quite well as to be expected because they were built by Josh and I. Let's see.
God.
I think there's cobwebs everywhere.
Hey, Kaylee, you stay on the ship.
Yeah, Kaylee, you have to stay here. This is no place for you. Oh, well, I thought there would be a bustling town here, but...
Almost seems abandoned. Hello?
Oh, God. Oh!
There.
Unfortunately, we had to urge Kaylee to stay on board the SB because this town seemed to be littered with monsters, zombies of the sort. And the last thing we want for Kaylee is to be no better off than if she was to stay at the Spruce Hamlet.
Seems like they're being driven out of their shadows by our ship. And that tower's ominously just...
Oh, in the distance there? Upon closer inspection, it seems that maybe a zombie curse did not in fact break out here like it did the Spruce Hamlet, but maybe the residents of this dark, ominous tower in the distance drove everyone away from their homes. The buildings started to deteriorate in the world, and cobwebs began to fill the cracks. Seeing these ruins, it is hard to imagine that there was once a bustling township here. Josh and I wanted to do a little bit of an investigation. We wanted to explore some of these houses and see if there was any information that we could find to see what had happened here.
Hello? Oh God. Oh God.
Oh, whoa. Stay back, sir. It seems that once this town had fallen, the zombies and monsters on this land had used this town as refuge, or safety from the sun. Monsters weren't the only creatures inhabiting this old town, but looking off into the distant tower, it's clear to see why no one resides here anymore.
Have a look.
Love to have a look.
Oh God.
Of course it starts raining, but there's some target dummies, sort of like what we had at our archery range, Josh.
Some sort of military camp?
Some military outpost? Well, as the rain started to fall, we decided to head back to the SB to take some refuge. But on our way back to the SB, we saw a little creature that had decided to call this town home, and Josh wanted to rescue it. An old, decrepit village with rainpour is no place for a creature such as this. Josh approached it from behind, slowly with a handful of fish, hoping that the scent would catch its attention. He also tried to perform the patented but to no avail. The cat just seemed to wander further away. Josh ran after it, determined to tame this creature and show it a brand new home and a whole lot of love. Sure enough, the creature finally caught the whiff of the fish and turned around to see Josh there, staring with a big grin. He quickly took a handkerchief out of his pocket and wrapped it around the cat's neck.
Look at this little bandana.
Oh, you got him! Oh, that's so cute. Josh, what are you going to name him?
Mongrel.
With Mongrel now promptly following Josh's fishy fingertips, we all boarded the Skybird to get away from the rain. Luckily, this big balloon actually served as a pretty perfect rain barrier. Josh had the idea to use the cover of the rain to edge closer to this tower to see if there was anyone there. After all, on our travels, we had seen more and more of these towers popping up, and we were concerned that they would pose a threat. As we edged closer, however, it did appear that there was no one there. I'll go and check it out.
It almost looks abandoned. Hang on, wait. Could you do a flyby? Wait, yeah, here. Do a flyby.
With the understanding that this supposedly evil tower was abandoned, Josh got a rush of adrenaline and decided to jump on. After Josh jumped onto the roof of this outpost, he dropped down into the balcony. He had a look through this chest, which there was nothing good. There was some cobwebs, some old cookies, and maybe 1 or 2 arrows. He ventured deeper into this outpost and began to hear mumbling underneath the floorboards.
Hey, did you guys hear that? I'm not messing around. I'm gonna go see what's going on and...
After hearing the most unintimidating voice he had ever heard, Josh made his way back up to the top of the tower and flagged me down. He hopped aboard and we sailed away into the skies. Just in the nick of time, too. As the skies cleared, we headed towards the sunset. It only made sense to head towards the brightest light as we were heading towards our brightest future, I think. We noticed a small path on the right side of the ship weaving through the valley. And sure enough, it led to another town, but this time we could see the life flourishing all the way from our ship. From what I could see, people were waving at us, cheering us on, welcoming us to their lands. We chose to land in a nearby field because we were eager to greet these people and see what secrets their land held. But I guess you'll just have to wait until the next episode to find out. Alternatively, you can join our Discord for some sneak peeks. And as always, thanks for watching.